And we'll be on our mats. We'll be on our mats, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, Uma, community clinic family and friends, and especially my returning students. You all make me so happy when you come back and spend your Wednesday morning or afternoon with me. My name is DeJur, and I'm here in Los Angeles. I'd like to give just a moment of recognition and honor to the Tongva and Gabrielino nations. These are the first peoples that this land belonged to, or they belonged to the land, depending on which way you want to look at it. This land here in Los Angeles was stolen from them by colonizers and renamed Los Angeles. I'd like to offer them honor and gratitude for their most loving stewardship of this part of the world. I also wanted to offer reminders. If you have any injuries or any pain as we go through the class, please be very mindful of your body. We don't want to harm ourselves while we're doing any sort of physical movement, but particularly yoga should not be painful. And so just be mindful of anything I ask you to do that you either know, like certain positions for my right arm, I know that it's going to be a little twingy. So I do that with a little more make that movement with a little more thoughtfulness so that I don't, I had a broken arm years ago and it's fine, but there's still a little hitch in it. So I have to be mindful of that so I don't hurt myself. And if you need a break, please feel free to take a break whenever you'd like. We will be taking breaks along the way. And so we'll start with just sitting in a comfortable way. I'm going to move on to my mat once I get the intro part of the class. Once I get through that part, so just sit in a comfortable way. We're going to start with a grounding practice. And so just look around the space and have an awareness of the colors and textures of things that are in the room that you're occupying right now. We do this grounding technique every week, and it can be done in any situation or circumstance. You've heard me repeatedly talk about, I use this when I go see my income tax guy, when I'm waiting in the lobby for it to be my turn. And then I used it a few weeks ago when I had dental implant prep to just calm myself, to center myself into what was about to come. And so we can use it in traffic, anywhere it can be used. So it's just a grounding technique. Wherever you find yourself, you just have a look around and see what you notice. Look at colors, I said textures, look at things. Plants, if there are plants in your space, to pay attention to their leaves and their branches and the shapes of the leaves and what shades of green, because different, some plants have multiple shades of green within each leaf and others are darker or lighter. So have a look with interest and curiosity of the things that are in your space. Listening for sounds. What do you hear? All I can hear is the refrigerator motor, which is kind of unfortunate. But what do you hear in your space? You may hear traffic. You may hear voices outside. I always talk about the gardener. You may hear the gardener or the people doing street work or yard work. You may hear children's voices, cars, trucks. About an hour ago, between 6:45 and 7:30, my street is ablaze with, it's a Waze shortcut, which is really not a shortcut, and the street is just people flying through here trying to shave off 15 seconds of their morning drive. And so those cars are really, you can hear their engines and the speed that they're going down the residential street. So see what you hear in your space, outside your space. And we'll move to our sense of smell. If you notice any smells or have any smells, I did stoke up my little diffuser before we started. So there's a nice little floral scent blowing through my room here. You may have breakfast smells, which is what I wish I had. Coffee or, fruit, food, toast, whatever. See what you notice. Good morning, Tina Michelle. Thank you for coming. And Martha, hi. We'll move on to our breathing. So we're going to be using the nose to breathe today, as usual with my class. And the main reason for that is that the exhale helps us to keep our nervous system stable and in a neutral place. There's other benefits of nasal breath. I'll mention them because we have some newcomers. Number one, the hairs in the nose trap a lot of debris in the atmosphere that we can't even see with our vision because it's so fine and so small. The nasal breathing keeps the breath moist and warm so that when it gets to our lungs, the lungs don't have to try to hydrate that breath or reheat that breath. And then the brain regulates what side of your nose it's actually letting that inhale into, the right nostril or the left. And this happens without any awareness or anything that we do. It just happens. So mouth breathing, your breath dries out immediately. And you felt that when you breathe through your mouth. And also your mouth cools off right away, which is great if you are overheated. And there are some yoga breaths that are for overheating to cool you down on a hot day, or if you've been doing really physical practice. But the bonus of the nasal breath is to help you center your nervous system, to keep it. We have a lot of challenges in our day, of a variety of challenges. And so this exhalation helps to keep the nervous system in a stable place, in a neutral place, in a calm place. And so that's the little TED talk about why we use nasal breathing. There are mouth breathing techniques in yoga as well. But I don't typically go into those because I'm here to keep us calm, try to give you tools to keep yourself calm. And so that's the breathing. And so I want to take a few breaths. My friend at the airline right now, he had it in his body last month that he had to go to be of service to the Ukrainian refugee victims, we'll call them. He had to go. He collected money. He was asking us to donate so he could buy things for the children there. And yes, he got an airline discount to get there. I mean, that's part of one of the few benefits we get these days with this job. But, he took his time. He took off 2 weeks from working in order to go over there. So he is there. He has shown me pictures of, him with the things that he's bought with the money that he collected. And I told him this morning that we were going to do some collective breathing for two groups of people, for the people that are suffering in the Ukraine, but I also want to keep it also domestic, and I want us to do some breaths for the people that are in Buffalo, New York. Okay, this is crazy times. Okay, so sit in a comfortable way and just relax your shoulders. Sit up tall though, however you're sitting, just extend your spine upward toward the sky and just take some breaths through your nose. It doesn't matter how many, doesn't matter how fast, but I want you to anchor your awareness on bringing peace to the people of these two regions, if not the whole world, but at least to these two regions that are hot spots right now with people, in trauma, and just life will never be the same for them. So the breath is smooth and easy. The breaths are slow, deep, and full. The exhales are complete. If your mind starts to wander, Re-anchor your attention back onto your breath. So we're thinking of people in strife, areas of strife right now, and wishing them peace. And wishing them the spirit of hope. I'm sure many of them have lost hope. And take 4 more breaths, your own pace, your own fullness of your lungs. Thank you for sharing that moment with me. Okay, I'm going to move on to my mat. So come onto your mat. We'll start in a cross-legged seated pose. It's also called easy pose. The kids call it crisscross applesauce. And we'll just start with that. So I'm going to put a little something, a towel under my my tush to lift my hips up a little bit. If you want to do that too, just fold your towel in a way, or blanket. Doesn't have to be a towel, but that was what was right nearby without me having to go on a scavenger hunt. But I just tuck that right under my sit bone so that it lifts me up a little more than my knees are. And that helps me, allows me to extend my spine a little longer. So the neck is long, as is the spine. Shoulders are relaxed and down. This again is called easy pose, or cross-leg seated pose, or crisscross applesauce for the kid in you. Hands are resting comfortably. Let's do palms down, and you can have them on your thighs or kind of curled around your knees. See what works for you. Drop your chin down towards your chest. And then let's circle our head, doesn't matter which direction, slowly. And you may hear some noises and some snaps and crackles, or feel the sensation of snaps and crackles. As long as there's no pain along with this, this is just the hydrogen gas bubbles. My regulars, you know, I say this every week, it's just little bubbles of gas that get trapped in our joints that are releasing. It's nothing to worry about, as long as there's no pain. So while you're moving your head, please check on your breath, tend to your breath. And again, the breath is big, full inhales, and then empty your lungs all the way. So when we breathe in a kind of the way we normally breathe, which is not very focused, we usually leave some old air in the bottom of our lungs that is useless at that point. All the nutrients and the oxygen has been taken out of it and sent around the body. So we want to make sure we exhale completely to make space for a big new breath that has oxygen in it again. Reverse the circle of your head. And sitting tall, checking the jaw. The jaw should be relaxed. Relax your jaw by separating the arches of your teeth just a little bit. Just a little bit. And that will relax the muscles in the jaw and the joints. And then come back to center, turn your head to the left. So chin near the left shoulder. And then turn your head to the right, chin toward the right shoulder. And head to the left. And see if you notice any sensations in the muscles around the neck as you turn from side to side. So I'm a little tight. Just from sleep. I didn't work yesterday, so it's not from being on the plane, but my neck feels tight, probably just from being having pillows smushed under my head, maybe not in the best way. A few more times, left and right and left with the head. The next time you go left, hold to the left, continue to look to the left. You want to take your right fingertips on the jawline of the right side of your face for a little gentle pressure, pushing to the left gently. You can do that. And then release your hand and look up and down a few times. To the left, up and down. And again, sitting tall, breath is flowing. And then let's turn head to the right. You take the fingers from the left hand and gently touch the left side of your jawline, jawbone, and pressing gently. We're not forcing, just adding a little extra twist to our neck exercises. Then release the left hand, look down toward the floor on your right side and hold here. Look up and down a few times. And then come back to center, right ear to right shoulder. And just hold here. If you want to bring your right hand over to the left ear for a little added weight from the left, from the right arm, you can do that, or just tip your head to the right. The right hand touching the left side adds a little bit of a deeper stretch on the left side of your neck. If you want to try that out, you may feel the difference, maybe not, but you can try it out if you want. And then release, and then the left ear, your left shoulder. You can add the left hand to the right ear if you'd like, or not, your choice. Just hold here. Take 2 more breaths here. And then release when you're ready. Let's straighten out the legs, shake them out. You can windshield wiper your feet, shake out your arms. Ouch. We're going to bring the right foot to touch the inside of the left shoulder. So the left leg is straight out. Right foot touches the inside. I'm sorry, I said left shoulder. To the left thigh. Right foot touches the inside of the left thigh. Sometimes I crack myself up. The left foot is flexed, so left toes pointing up. Sit up really tall. We're just gonna walk our hands out and lean forward. Try to keep your back straight versus humped. So lift your chest a little as you come down, and that'll keep your back flat. And the left leg is straight out your midline. That's the middle of you. The left leg is straight out. Look down at the left knee. You can have hands flat or up on your fingertips, your choice. Come as far forward as you can. So this stretch is in this particular moment, the right hip is getting an opening, and the back of the left leg and thigh are getting a stretch. I don't know if you feel that. If you don't feel it, flex your foot a little tighter, the left foot a little tighter. And then the forward bend gives a little relief and release to your low back. If you have a tight low back, these forward bends in yoga are for you. Look down at the left knee. You can also close your eyes if you want. Check your breathing. And then inhale, lift both arms up. Sit up really tall. Straighten your back. Lift up. Exhale, come forward. One hand on either side of the left foot or left leg. Inhale. Oh my God. Up. Somebody's mic is on. Can you please turn your mic off, please? Thank you. Exhale forward. Inhale up. We'll do 2 more. Exhale down. Inhale up. And this will be the last one. Exhale down. Inhale up, and then let the arms swan dive down. And we're going to switch out the legs. So notice how the right leg feels when we straighten it out. Notice how the left leg feels in comparison. So you might feel a little bit of space in your right hip, maybe. You might be able to notice it comparing it to the left hip, okay? Bend the left knee, left foot touches the inside of the right thigh. The right leg is straight out from your midline, straight out, right toes up. So flex your foot so you feel a little something on the back of your leg. Sitting up tall, we're going to exhale and walk forward, one hand on either side of the right calf, right ankle, right foot. Look down at the right knee. Keep the back as straight as you can. And breathe through your nose. Check your jaw, that it's relaxed, that you're not clenching. Smoothing out the breath. So again, this is for the low spine by forward bending. This is now the left hip opener and the back of the right leg, basically from the very top of the thigh all the way to your heel. You're getting stretched in all those muscles. And so we hold here, take some breaths. Right foot is flexed. So we hold our shape, some of them longer than probably necessary, but I want us to get to the deep part of the stretch. Initially, sometimes the muscles kind of fight and struggle, and then they release. Then the stretch goes into the connective tissue, the ligaments, the tendons, and the fascia. Fascia is tissue that holds your muscles and organs in place. You've seen it when you've eaten a chicken thigh, that iridescent, shiny skin. That's fascia that holds the muscles and the organs in place. The tendons and ligaments connect muscle to other muscle or muscle to bone. So those are why they call it connective tissue. So those get a stretch. Once we hold things for a little while, not long, but just long enough for it to happen, those get a little attention. Those connective tissues get a little attention. Inhale, lift, sit up really tall. I don't want y'all to just be going through movements that I call out, because that's, what is the point of that? I want you to understand what we're doing. Exhale forward. Inhale, come up. And so that you're empowered. If you don't feel well, that you kind of have an idea what you can do. Exhale forward to help yourself feel better when we're not together. Inhale up. This little hour a week is good, but you have to carry this throughout your week, the rest of the week. Exhale forward, 2 more, breathe in, lift. Exhale forward, and 1 more. Inhale, lift, sit up tall, exhale forward, and then inhale, lift the arms and swan dive them down, stretch out the left leg, see if you feel any difference. So I feel some twinginess in my left knee, which is just different than the right knee. It's okay, it'll be okay. So sitting up tall, both legs straight out, feet are flexed. I want you to lean forward, hands either on the floor, fingertips on the floor, and you can put your hands on your shins and lean forward. See how things feel on the backs of your legs. Mine feel really tight. This is another way to stretch the back body, actually from the neck all the way to the heels, and particularly around the lumbar region of your spine, which is that lower curve of your spine. The neck has the spine has 2 curves. The neck, that's the cervical part, and then the lower part is the lumbar region, and that's the second curve of the human spine. So hold here, look down toward, look between your knees, or close your eyes if you're comfortable to close your eyes. Inhale, arms up. We'll do 5 of these. Sit up tall. Exhale forward. Inhale. Sit up, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, come up. This is number 3. Exhale, down. This is number 2. Exhale, down. And number 1. Exhale, come down and hold. So hands on the floor, fingertips on the floor, look down between your knees and hold here. Check in on your breath, check in on your jaw. And then walk yourself upright on the breath in, sit up. This L shape is called staff pose, like a walking stick. They named this one staff pose. So the spine vertical, the legs horizontal. This is called staff pose. Bring your feet together, soles touching, or the pinky side edge of your foot touching. So you can have your feet open like a book where the side where the pinky toe is touches, or you can press the soles of the feet together, your choice. I think the pressing takes a little bit more effort, but this is more about, not about the feet, but about the inner hamstring. So this is another hip opener. This is called cobbler, not peach cobbler, but shoemaker cobbler. So we're sitting up straight. You can hang onto your ankles if you like. I want you to also experiment with bringing your heels close to your body and then seeing how they feel pushed away. So somewhere in there might feel better than the other place. So you move your feet around to see. I like mine up close to me because I feel a stretch on the inner thighs. So you and your knees, when I first started yoga, this shape, my knees were like pointing up toward the ceiling because I was, new to yoga. But over time, it just takes time and there is no hurry. The legs, the muscles on the inside, they stretch and loosen up enough where the knees come down a little bit. Some people can get their legs, the outside of their legs flat on the floor. It's all individual. I cannot do that, and so it's okay. My body doesn't do that. We're all kind of obviously built differently. So if your knees are up high, sometimes my new students say, my knees are so high, yours are down. So it's okay, that's where your knees are. That's where they are. We're not forcing them to go down there. They'll go down on their own over time and practice. But just sitting up tall, taking some breaths here, seeing what you notice. If you notice anything in your hip sockets, on the inner thigh. While we're here, why don't we massage our feet since they're right in front of us? So massage your feet in a way that feels nice. For my new friends, the bonus of besides just the feet feeling good from us touching them, the nerves in the feet match up to the organs in the body. And so that's the bonus of a foot massage, not just that the feet feel good, but the organs are getting a little stimulation from our touch. And so it's really important, every few days to give yourself a foot massage or a hand massage. It's nicer with lotion. We're not going to do that now because we don't have time. When you're in your quiet time at home, you can give yourself a little self-care, a little self-foot worship. Really notice how that feels to your feet, because we don't really consider our feet unless I need a pedicure, or I need to change my polish. But the feet take a beating. And so this is one way to give them some love without having to leave home and go, pay somebody to do it. You can do it for yourself. So exhale, walk forward. So either flat palms or fingertips. Some of you may be able to get down on your forearms. I can sometimes, but today is not one of those days. I'm not really sufficiently, I haven't practiced since last week. Don't tell anyone, but I'm a little tight. So I'm doing the best that I can do for me. So if you got forearm access, go for it. Fingertips are good. The fingertips help us keep our hands strong. Or you can do flat palms. Look down at your feet, hold there, and just take some breath. So again, this is a hip opener and for the low back. See what you feel, see what you notice. Let's walk hands to the left. And so this adds a little element of stretch on the right side body. See what you feel. Smooth, easy breathing. So we put a little twist in our pose by going to the left. There's a little tiny spinal twist happening and a stretch on the muscles on the right side rib cage. And inhale, both arms up. We're gonna turn to the right and hands down. And so now we put the stretch on the left side. See what you feel on your left side rib cage. What you notice. Breathing through the nose. And let's walk all the way back across to the left side. Hold there. Might feel a little looser on the right side. You be the judge of that. And then we'll walk our way over to the right side. Checking on the sensations as we go side to side. Look down at the right, toward the right knee and hold. So as we go side to side, like you may feel a little extra stretch happening on the inside of the left thigh because we are turned toward the right. See if you notice that. And then come back to the middle and then inhale and walk yourself upright. Bring your knees together like you're closing the book and then stretch your legs out and windshield wiper legs and shake your hands and arms. Okay, we're gonna move on to table pose, which is hands and knees. So if your knees are sensitive, this would be a good place to get a towel. I can show you another way to make cushion out of your mat also. So if you have a yoga mat, you just fold it in thirds. So just slide the top, slide the middle portion down. That triples the thickness of your mat and your knees go there, okay? Or you can use a towel or blanket, same thing. So table pose is also called box pose in some teaching circles or tabletop, okay? Knees and hips are in a vertical line. The knees are separated, legs are separated for your comfort. Some people like to do this with their knees, legs closer together. I like to use my separated legs as more of a stable foundation. It's your choice. Shoulder, elbow, wrist in a vertical line. You can slide the hand out away from your knees just a hair so you're not putting a deep crease on your wrist joint, because that can be, it could not, maybe not feel so great, okay? And so that is the setup for table. This mat is really hard, so I am going to use a towel. The bottom mat has more cushion in it. They come in different firmnesses, so I got them all, but I'm gonna use a towel here. It's a little more accessible for me. Okay, so we start with cat-cow, and we're gonna drop bellies toward the mat, arch your back, breathe in, and lift your chest and your chin. Chin lifts a little. So we're gonna hold here. So imagine your back actually like a horse with a saddle on it. You're letting the muscles go. You're arching your back. And you are taking some breaths here. Chest is lifted, chin is lifted a little. And just hold here and breathe. Okay, we're gonna allow the muscles in the low back to loosen up a little. And also this is a stretch. So for the back, this is a back bend, considered a back bend. For the front of you, it's a stretch for the muscles on the front part of your torso. So just hold here, see what you notice. This is called cat-cow. This is the cow part of the cat-cow. So holding here, just checking on your breathing. Welcome. We're going to reverse into cat. So the spine curls up, exhale, chin to chest. We're going to hold here, but I want you to keep breathing. So this is the cow, I'm sorry, the cat of the cat-cow shape. So this cat-cow is really excellent when you first get out of bed, or even sometimes I do it in the bed, just on the mattress, kind of squishy, but it works out okay. So this is the cat. We're gonna go cow, inhale, arch your back, lift your chest. We're gonna hold here. So we'll do 2 rounds of slow, and this is the second round of slow, and then we'll go into real time. So allow the low back to just arch. Allow the belly to drop down in the direction of the floor. And then let's reverse into cat, exhale, chin to chest, hold here, take a couple breaths. We'll go in real time now. So each movement is either an inhale or exhale. We go to cow, that's the inhale, and then exhale cat. So I want you to do a few of these on your own time, your own speed, and your own lung capacity. So all of our lungs are different sizes. So linking breath and motion. And really moving your breath. Let's do 4 more rounds. After your 4th one, come back to table and do a body scan and see, you might feel a little burst of, I don't know, brightness, meaning all that oxygen we just stirred up. You might feel a little awareness, a little more alert. See how you feel. So we're going to shift weight onto the left hand, lift your right leg straight out and back. I'm sorry, weight on equal hands. So just lift the right leg back. The right foot is flexed, so right toes are pointing down. We're trying for a horizontal right leg. So lift it up off the floor and try to make it parallel to the floor. The right hip is going to want to lift. We want to keep the right hip and left hip equal. And then extend the left arm out. This is called cat balance or bird dog. Left thumb up. So we're reaching with the left fingers, reaching with the right heel. Pull in your belly button to turn on your abdominal muscles to help with stability. If you're wobbling around, that's okay. That builds muscle too. It's okay. This is cat balance or bird dog. Take 2 more breaths. And then lower left hand, lower right knee. Separate the knees wide. We're going to go into child's pose. Bring your butt down towards your heel. So the knees are wide apart. The butt is going toward the heels. Allow the arms to slide, hands slide forward. Bring your forehead down toward your mat. You can also bend your elbows if you want a little, not so much pressure on your shoulder joints. This is called cactus arms. It looks like this. So the elbows are bent. You can do that too with palms facing down, elbows bent. Forehead on the mat. This is child's pose. It's one of the 4 resting poses we have in yoga. Okay, so we go back up to table. We start on the other side. Set up for table, knees and hips in a line. Elbow, wrist, elbow, shoulder, elbow, wrist in a vertical line. Extend the left leg straight out. Left toes toward the floor. Pull in your abdominal belly button. Abdominal muscles turn on. Extend the right arm out, right thumb up, reaching with the right fingers, reaching back with the left heel. And hold here and breathe. Look down at the mat. Take some breaths. Shaking is okay. My one teacher says, enjoy the wobble. That builds muscle and strength. Breathe. 3 more breaths. And then when you're ready, lower left knee, lower right hand. Let's go back to child's pose. Knees go wide, butt goes toward the heels. Arms either go straight out over your head or bend the elbows and bring the hands back, palms down, forehead on your mat. This is child's pose. Check on your breathing. And then come back to table. I'm going to go up to down dog, which is also a resting pose. even though I don't believe it, but the books say, the textbooks say that it is. So we're curling the toes under. We're set up in table again. We curl the toes under for this one. Take a breath in, lift your butt up toward the ceiling. So you're in upside down V shape. Separate your feet for your comfort and stability. And you may pedal your knees. So bend one knee, straighten the other leg, bend the other leg, bend the other knee, straighten the opposite leg. So we're getting a little stretch in the calf muscles here. Palms are flat, fingers are spread wide. Just pedal back and forth. You can go fast. I'm going slow, but you can go as fast as you want. And then come back to stillness. Inhale up on your tippy toes. Exhale, heels toward the floor. We're not trying to get the foot flat. If you can, great, but that's not our goal. We're just stretching out the muscles in the back of the leg. You might feel that. Breathe in, tiptoes. Exhale down. 2 more. Breathe in, lift. All the way up on tiptoes. Exhale, come down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, come down. Come down onto your knees. And then separate knees. Toes touch. Come back to child's pose. Take a couple breaths. So you can also stack your hands underneath your forehead if you want to try that. And you can also stack your fists and put your forehead on your fist if you need to bring the floor up a little bit to meet your forehead. If you can't get all the way down yet, it's coming, but not yet. You can stack your fists and put the forehead there. Okay, so we'll take just a couple more breaths here. And then come back to table. We're gonna go down dog, table, stretch out on your belly, which is called, oh God, this is always a tongue twister. Prostrate, P-O-S-T-R-A-T-E, prostrate, like if we were in church laying out in front of the altar, prostrate. So we're gonna go down dog, table, prostrate, table, down dog. We're gonna do a little flow here. So toes tuck under, inhale up to down dog. Exhale to table. Spread yourself out on the floor, hands above your head, forehead to the mat. Bring your hands under your shoulders, push back into table. That was an exhale, sorry, exhale there. And then toes curl under, inhale, tush up to down dog. Exhale to table. Inhale onto your front side. Exhale back to table. And we're taking our time. If I'm going too fast, just slow it down. We exhale to table. Curl toes, inhale to down dog. And then exhale back to table and hold here. We're gonna go back into child's pose, spread your knees wide, big toes touch, arms either out, arms either cactus arms, hands stacked, or fists stacked, your choice. So that's a little flow along the mat, along the floor. Down dog, table, prostrate, table, down dog, table. So that if you want to try that on your own, on your own time, you can try that. That's the sequence, or you can start at any point. Prostrate, table, down dog. It doesn't matter which way you go. Same thing. Okay, so coming back to table pose, I'm going to do what's called a tiger pose. This is my favorite pose in yoga. So I think I need to turn my back to you, so please forgive me. So we're in a table pose. So 2 versions, lifting the left foot, grabbing the left foot with the right hand and turning the right shoulder up. That's version A. Okay, so all the weight is on the left knee and the left palm, or you can lift the left knee and turn the right shoulder up. Okay, so I'm gonna start over with the left. Come back to table, bend the left knee, grab the left foot with the right hand, and turn the right shoulder up as best you can, right? Left palm is flat on the floor, left fingers are spread. You want to try lifting up the left knee and turning the torso to the right so that your torso is facing your right. You can try that. So I want to talk while you're holding that. It's a spinal twist. It's for the front thigh, you might feel something, a little pull, a little stretch, and it's also a balance. So that's the benefits of the tiger pose. And that's why I like it, because it has multi-functions going on. Come back down to table. Right hand stays on the mat. Lift the right foot. Reach around with the left hand. Grab the right foot with the left hand. You can stay here. Twist the left shoulder up. Or if you want to lift the right knee and turn your body toward the left. So left shoulder up toward the ceiling. And hold here. Spinal twist, front of the right thigh, and balance. So breathing through the nose, controlling the move, controlling the breath, and then come back down. Extend the right leg out. I want you to pulse back. So the right ball of the foot is on the floor, pulse back, stretching out the right calf. See how that feels. The next time you go back, hold, push and hold. Straighten out your right knee as much as you can. Hold here, we're pushing a little with the hands. And then release right knee onto the mat. Extend your left leg, left ball of the foot on the floor. Pulse a few times. So I noticed that my left calf feels a little tighter. No big deal. It's just noticing my body. 2 more pulses and then hold, pushing back. Breathing. And then release. We're going to come onto our backs. So come down onto your back. When you lay down, bring your knees with you to your chest. So knees to chest. We're going to rock side to side. So I would like for you to experiment with rocking all the way to one side, like my entire right side is touching the floor right now. And then my left side is touching the floor. And I want you to compare that to just staying with the knees or legs more vertical. I don't know if that makes sense, where the concentration, the sensation is more concentrated on the low part of your back. We go all the way to one side. We're bringing in a little massage for the hip, the fleshy part of your hip. Then you go all the way to one side or the other, where you can stay a little more reserved in your movement and not go all the way. So try them both. So this is considered a massage for your low back. See what you feel. And then lower both feet on the floor. Feet are parallel. We're going to windshield wiper the knees, same way at the same time. Okay, so this is another one. You might feel a little stretch on the tops of your thighs as you go from one side to the other. See what you notice. The next time your knees go to your left, let them be. However they fall, just stay there. So the arms are out away from your sides, palms are up. Or if you want to bring your hands above your head, elbows bent in a diamond shape, and then index fingers and thumbs touching, you can do that. And just hold here. And then bring the knees over to the other side. You can change the arms if you want or leave them as they are. Take 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to lay out in starfish shape. So that is legs open, arms open. We did this one a couple weeks ago. A fellow yoga therapist in training inspired this. This is for our abs. So we're in a starfish shape. Gonna exhale, bring knees to chest, curl into a little ball. Inhale back to starfish. Exhale into, we'll call this the pearl. Exhale into the pearl. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, pearl. Inhale, starfish. Exhale, pearl. Inhale, starfish. We'll do 3 more. Exhale, pearl. This is 3. Inhale, starfish. 2, pearl. Inhale, starfish. And number 1, pearl. And then inhale, starfish. So you may stay right where you are. We're going to go into final rest. If you want to bring your arms down towards your thighs, you may do that, or leave them up out, if whatever's comfortable for you. So this is final relaxation. This is the part of class where all of your energy gets stirred around and stirred up, and it settles around your body in a kind of even, equal way. And so you may, if you have something close by you want to cover up in, you may do that. You may do this seated if you want. Just get comfortable. And then check on your breath. How does your breathing feel? Smoothing out the breath. You want a body scan. Direct your attention to your feet. Direct your attention to your legs. Direct your attention to your hands. Attention to your arms. Attention to your spine. Attention to your breath. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Turn your head from side to side. Next breath in, take a big stretch. Big stretch, big stretch, big stretch. And then exhale, bring your knees to your chest. Turn onto your favorite side and hold there. Use the bottom arm as a pillow, as your pillow, and hold there for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, you can make your way up to seated. May you be happy. May your life have meaning. And may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you so much for coming. If you want to open your mics and say hi or say something or ask me anything, or hi, Evelyn. Thank you. Thanks for
That was
coming.
awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, June. Thank you, Marta. Gracias, Marta.